Uh, Good afternoon. Good afternoon. We are on here this morning. This afternoon for our anniversary celebration. We're doing it all week. We started yesterday. We're celebrating our 3-year anniversary, and we're here to talk about our learning lessons and our trials and tribulations of being married for the 3 years.
Um, Probably one of the first lessons learned was our communication, the importance of how we communicate with each other and understanding timing of communication. Um, Andre, he's a morning person. When he gets up in the morning, he's rearing to go, whereas I'm more of a 10 o'clock to evening type of person. So we learn to kind of adjust to each other in that way. Um, Another lesson I can say I learned was family stuff. Um, because we had a big tug with different family situations, from the kids to extended family, and we had to work through that and just basically come to where we're on the same page, when it comes to those type of matters, and taking up for each other and stuff like that. So those are a couple of things. I'm gonna let Andre.
Um, yes, I agree with what you're saying when it comes to family. We are very different with family, especially extended family, but we learn to adapt with each family, member, and as far as me being a morning person, yes, I do like to get up and hit the ground, start running.
3 in the morning.
Sometimes my wife, she's not big on talking in the morning or being a morning person, but it's not an issue for me. I kind of got used to it, but I'm definitely enjoying myself, on this anniversary. My wife said I like to stay in the room a lot, but
he does. He doesn't want to get out of the room. He just wants to stay in the room, do the grown up, watch TV, sleep, eat. He don't want to get out the room. No matter where we go, though, it's not just for the anniversary. We went to Virginia. He didn't want to. We were on a beautiful beach. He didn't want to get out and do anything. He just wants to just chill in the room.
Yeah. I enjoy my wife's company. That's a key factor for me. And you got to be able to enjoy your wife. That goes out to any man that's listening to our post right now for this anniversary. You got to be able to enjoy that person. You got to want to. Nobody can make you do anything. You got to want to be with your mate, and you got to enjoy your mate. And that's where I'm with that. I enjoy my company with my wife. We don't got to have a dime to spend or nothing. As long as I'm with her, I'm happy. Long as she's there, I'm very happy. As long as I'm in her presence, that's my thing for me. And far as anyone else, me and her, we definitely try to extend our ways to other couples. We have a lot of friends that got married like the same year, and we try to help them, build their rapport, good. We try to make, because everybody goes through their trials and tribulations, especially when you're getting, you're just getting married, and you're really finding out the person's demeanor and their mannerisms, So, you got to enjoy your mate at all times. It ain't such thing as my account, her account. There ain't such thing as that. It's what I bring is what. Hey, I might not get nothing, but I don't. That's what marriage is. Sometimes you bring something to the table, you might not get to enjoy the fruits of that. And that's not. I'm not saying that to say that's a bad thing. That's actually an awesome thing. You should feel like, man, I'm bringing my stuff to my family, and I try to stress that to any married man. Once again, I'm definitely enjoying my anniversary, baby. How about you?
I am.
Yeah.
Something that I thought about was now when he says he doesn't get nothing, that don't mean that he going without. He has everything he needs:
True.
food,
True.
gas, cigars. He gets stuff. But something else I've been thinking about for the last few days is, if you are someone that is thinking about getting married, and I heard this somewhere else as well, if you are thinking about getting married and you're not someone that wants to serve anyone, then you shouldn't get married. And one of the things that I love about our relationship is we serve each other, and I don't mind doing stuff, for Andre, and he doesn't mind doing stuff for me. We are both, aim to, do stuff. And I've always believed that, one, you come to the relationship already whole and happy, and that person is responsible for enhancing the happiness that you already have. And if he's doing everything that he can do to enhance my happiness, and I'm doing everything I can do to enhance his happiness, who's going to be unhappy? Nobody. Not to say that we don't have our disagreements, because we do. We're two different people, two different backgrounds, just two different thought patterns. We in all practicality, when you look at us, are opposites. But so we do clash sometimes. But at the end of the day, it's the dedication, and the basic, like, well, we can argue all day long, but I ain't going nowhere, you ain't going nowhere. Ain't nobody sleeping on no couch, because we both pay for this bed. We both pay for this. We gonna both be in there. We gonna be in there. We gonna do this. And I love that about our relationship and how we dote over each other.
Yeah. I want to chime in on that about what you started doing to get that woman, to accept your engagement, to be married to her. You got to continue to do that. You got to, you've been calling her beautiful and marvelous, or just sexy, or whatever. You got to continue to do that. I mean, my wife be like, I'm not feeling my best. I be like, baby, you fine. You gorgeous. You hot, girl. You're hot. And so you got to continue to do the things that you did to get her. That's what you just said made me say that, babe. And so yeah, you got to do what you need to do to keep your wife. It's not always gonna be roses and petals and fairies and of course
singing
not.
In the rain.
Yeah, singing in the rain. Exactly. But at the same time, you are there to uplift that person. She uplifts me all the time. I made a post, a personal post myself, because I do my own posts and my wife has her own post stuff. And I feel like right now my wife actually is making me the best man that I can be. She definitely uplifts me and makes me feel good. She goes over and beyond for me, and I do the same for her. And you got to continue to do that. I mean, don't get me wrong. I know we're early birds with the marriage thing,
Yes.
with 3 years. But me and my wife actually have a long history. But we'll probably talk about that on another time.
Yeah, and then the last thing I wanted to say was, it's important, number one, to put God first. Andre and I both strive to grow spiritually together, and it's not just because we're in the pastor's family, because that comes with a whole nother great responsibility, and that's something we'll talk about later too. But when you have someone that is on the same spiritual ground as you, then we both know that we believe the same thing. So if I'm acting up, he can be like, well, baby, this is not of God. This is what we need to do, and vice versa. And we can refocus like that. And I love that about Andre. And I love you.
I love you.
Happy anniversary.
Happy anniversary.
Mwah.